what a game of runs. I think the Maryland right now is, they went through the transition of getting off to a pretty good start, and then losing a key player on their team, and then sort of retooling themselves. And I think they got a great retool going right now, that trying to get a rhythm. And they came out, and it's a little, I'm not one of those coaches that is going to blame our players in that first half. I'm going to tell you, Maryland was good. Let's give them a lot of credit the way they executed, how sharp they were, and they made us look bad. We did miss some shots, some easy ones, but we also didn't get many easy ones. So Maryland was really just did a great job of just guarding us and really owned the whole first half. What's amazing now is we get it to 10.5, and Jerron Simmons gets a great layup, and now we come out the way we did, just jump them, and it put us right back in the game, and then they went right back at us, and all of a sudden we're going right back at them. So it was like a game of runs, and don't know if we won too many games like that here over 40-some years. Probably won a couple like that, but especially with a 9-point lead late, we missed four foul shots during that time. And that's something we're going to have to continue to work on. I officially announced our foul shooting was over after we were 19 for 19 at Michigan State, and I spoke too soon. But Xavier and Mo both are going to get better in those situations when they start fouling us late. So I'm just thrilled with Muhammad. He scored his 999th and 1,000th with those two shots, and he's a great foul shooter. But in that moment, at that time, those are huge shots, and that shows lends well for what he can do down the stretch of our season.
Max, Coach, what kind of difficulties did this quick turnaround present to you for Michigan State to hear?
Yeah, it is difficult, especially when only one team is doing it. And I think it's just, we just all got to understand that in this particular season, we have to look at the big picture of the league. And to be a Madison Square Garden and play in a tournament, we all had to go through these different things to compress it and play on Monday night, which obviously gave us the opportunity to. I don't think I've ever played a Monday night game on Martin Luther King Day, so it was a great opportunity to do this. But it was really difficult. We got done, and then the nature. It would have been much easier to get ready mentally and physically for our players if we had lost at Michigan State. But the fact that we had won, there's a lot of distraction there. And I told them before the game, people are saying you're pretty good. I'll tell you how good you are if you can beat Maryland, right? And that's what we'll see if we're any good. And I still think we have a long way to go to be really good.
Over in the right, Zach.
What was halftime like in this game? You guys made it a little bit closer to the break, and then also
yeah.
I think 4 straight strong second halves are better than the first halves. I guess what's
that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, it was very normal. That I was really pleased that we were 10.5 and had the ball coming out. Really pleased about that. And then just so long game, I made 2 points. We've been down 16. We've been down 14. We've been up. Right? Anything just 2 by 2. I don't think we played any hero ball today. That sometimes when you get in a game like this and things aren't going well, somebody's just going to do it by themselves. So no, it was educational. We decided to just change a couple defensive coverages, and after we saw how they're playing us, and again they were switching some ball screens, how we wanted to attack them.
Right in front of Chris.
I'm not sure if I've seen any of your teams miss that many at the rim. Is that a concentration thing? Is that a fatigue thing?
I don't know. It's I do not know. But we work. You know how many times we do layups and practice. Not layups and practice. Layups and practice with a bag hitting you. I mean, it's over and over and over again. But we really missed a lot of just. And they have a little bit. They got some length up there, but we got. There's guys that, whether Muhammad was missing, Charles was missing, X was missing. That was one of the great inspirational things at halftime. I said, 1, 2, and 3 men. You guys are 3 for 15, right? You got to play better. You're 3 for 15 right now. So there wasn't any inspirational teaching or positive reinforcement. It was like, what the hell, right? We got to play better.
And then the spark that Jordan gave you, and do you envision him continuing to get more minutes?
Yeah, he was amazing when he came in there. He was amazing. It just somehow he can get open. He finds himself open, and then he's got these shifty gears that he can get. I think his most impressive play was he just took it to the basket. I mean, he just is very quick to get in the right spots. That's why I put him at the end of the game. If that option wasn't there, there's a backside option. Just get him the ball. He can get there in 3 seconds without question.
Sam?
You talked about the struggle in the first half. How much did pace have to do with that?
Yeah,
When you're walking
no,
out?
I had a great plan. Mark was going to shorten the game. They were going to press us going up on offense, just soft, make us get into our regular offense like with 22, and then they were going to take 10 seconds off themselves, and they get in their offense with 22. I look at we had 20 points at halftime, 48 in the second half. Yeah. So it was. I was concerned about that, and I just said we got to bring it up quicker. It's only it's a soft press. Got to bring it up quicker, and then once we got the lead, then they couldn't afford to really take some air out of the ball on offense.
Right down in front with Larry.
Wagner in a half when nobody could make a shot other than him. How fortunate was it that he's on your team? And then talk about how he's really clicking in his rebounds today as well.
Yeah, that's a double-double. Like I said, that's some rebounding is instinctual, some is learned. He's just combining those two. Such a young kid that was never asked to rebound. And now that he's rebounding, it's a huge thing for us. For us to give them 6 offensive rebounds again, for all you rebounding guys, right? The 6 offensive rebounds is a key stat. And they got, I think, 3 or 4 in the first minute. So he's cleaning up stuff that he didn't used to clean. He used to stand there and watch. So credit Luke there on, he's really worked with Sadi on hitting and getting with him, and he's getting stuff out of his rebound. But if he doesn't hit those threes, I don't know what we do, because it was big for us to, and hopefully he's got his field back, right? Because we all go back. I've mentioned Texas game. We win the game because he hit 2 straight threes, and it becomes a 8-point game instead of a 2-point game. It's a big element for us for him to make those.
Stay in front with Andrew.
You provide some background on that final offensive play.
Yeah, it is a play that we can run that we practice it probably once a week. I've been running it for a long time, probably 20 years, but you're rarely going to see it because you're only going to use it when you got to go full court like that. If it probably been 4 seconds, right, we probably would have run the same play based on what happened the other night. 5 seconds we might not have got it up to and called timeout, but it's a quick miss. There's 4 things happening, but you can't make it if you don't have a baseball player throwing the pass. And Isaiah Livers just threw it perfect so he could turn. And it wasn't about getting a half-court shot. It was, Rock, you got 3 dribbles. Take it 3.6, you got 3 dribbles. Take it right to the basket.
Was there time to remind everyone about that? Or like when did you last practice it, I guess would be the first?
I think we practiced it 2 days ago. It's just a quick thing, but we've edited it a little bit over the years. You might have seen it 2 or 3 times total. It's just something you save and you hold back. You don't like to run it very often, and so it's not on their scouting report.
Were you feeling pretty good when he caught it in stride?
Yeah, I said we're going to win the game. I just felt that he could go to the basket, and they're going to find he's just going to find a niche to get in there and either lay it in, right? Because we had guys spread out in the corner. They were zoning up pretty much on it, and it gave him just a window. There was misdirection going on. It gave him a window, and boom, he was there.
Over here with Wojo.
John Turgeon was in here and said your team is impossible to guard. He thought they played really good defense, but then you guys got hot. Do you always feel like there is a spurt coming at some point, and that's why you guys always come back in the second half? Or is that a dangerous thing to wait
just
for?
Look what they did, Bob. I mean, we're up by 9. We missed a couple of foul shots. They hit 3 straight threes. It is, if you have a good shooting team and they take good shots, it's another way of winning basketball games. And we're not going to take bad shots, so it's not like we're cranking them no matter what happens. We're going to try and get good shots, and I don't think we took too many bad shots today at all. And it's important you just understand that. But we recruit it, we teach shooting, we recruit shooting, and then we keep working at it the whole time. But it's not. I mean, we've won games where we made the other night at Michigan State. I don't know how many threes we made, but it wasn't our. We've been making 9.5 a game. We only made 5 or 6, I think. So you can win games without it, but it does stretch the floor so you can drive and get to the basket, like what happened at Michigan State.
Stay in the back with Nick.
John, you mentioned the other day Mohammed calmed you guys down quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's at the free throw line. His heart rate's probably like 30 or something. And then
he was singing the fight song. I said, show a little emotion. He announced that he showed a little emotion. Just give us something, man. just give us some emotion.
For a guy though that you guys took late 4 years ago,
Yeah.
whatever it was, I don't think anyone realized
Right.
he would be what he is. I mean, 1,000 points, a lot of games, a lot of
Yeah.
victory guys. I mean, can you put it in perspective? Maybe
Yeah, I
how crazy
mean,
this has been for him.
we hope that he can be here in 3 out of his 4 years. His first year was certainly with all the injuries, and he did not make the NCAA tournament that year. But hopefully, we can be a team that he can be in the NCAA tournament 3 years, can compete for championships 3 years. He just is one of those guys that you see it all the time in the league. You see it right now with Kata Bates-Joff. I mean, the guys just stick in there and stick in there, and they're not in a hurry to go anywhere. They're just trying to get better. He's very close to a 3.0 student. There's like almost no maintenance to him. Great family, great mom, great dad. They've raised him right. Great family that were, I think his mom and two of his brothers and his nephew were at the game today. Just so solid, even though you're not going to see him real emotional. It just makes a big difference for us. Now, he had nothing today. He had nothing the whole game until he hit that 3 and made those foul shots. And you know, when I took him out, I said, "Let me know when you want to come back in." He never told me, so I went back to him and reminded him, you know, "Are you ready to go back in?" Because I think we needed that veteran down the stretch. But he was dog tired.
Coach, there was that stretch where you guys had 5 consecutive threes in the second half. Was there anything in Maryland's defense that let you guys do that, or what caused that?
Well, a couple of Jordan Poole was involved in that, right? He was involved in that, and Mo. I mean, it's just tough for anybody, for us, for everybody to guard shooting 5. It's tough, and we you know, the ball goes in, but we do work on it a lot, and there's a whole bunch of. It's not a play, but it's just a structure that allows us to spread the floor, and if they take away the layup or they protect the rim, then you may have some guys open. Hopefully, you just make the layups when you're there.
You're talking about the free throws. How tough is it on you to decide between, okay, these guys are going to get better, or who gets the ball at the end?
Well, I think that there's going to be times at the end that your point guard is going to have the ball and he's going to be a good shooter. We just have to wait it out. You don't shoot the threes that he has, right? You don't go through the career he's had and not make it. Right now it's mental, and we just got to continue to feed him over and over again. And work it as a routine. I saw a couple flaws in it in the Michigan State game, so we tried to work on it today, and that probably made it worse. It's like the golf swing when somebody tells you what to do. You know you're not going to have a good golf swing, so I think he's thinking about that, and he'll get there. I'm concerned about it only because we want him on the floor late in the game, and it's such a hard mental thing. You see people go through it, but he'll come around and he'll win games for us because he'll be good there.
Chris, you want to close this out? Was
that a missed switch on the end and the Herter 3?
Yeah, that was. We were switching everything on that one, and we wanted Isaiah on the floor to be there to rebound, switch at a ball screen. But Duncan would have been better in that situation because he would have known what was happening. It's a great play. They put the ball behind the defense. Everybody turns their head and looks at it, and then they're pinning down opposite. We have something that looks like that, and nobody was home when it was time his turn to switch, and you know Charles was on him, and I think Charles was on him at the time if he hadn't been switched off. But Isaiah knows he blew the play, and I heard her to make that shot. He's a tremendous player. I mean, really good player.
And these guys get a day off tomorrow, or what?
We will not take a day off. Well, the guys that played really hard will not do anything but probably lift weights and just do what we call recoveries. Science tells us that you need to do something tomorrow, and then we got a big trip to Nebraska coming up, and they've been playing really, really well. So this schedule. I don't think it's. We've been in schedules before that were difficult. This one with the Monday game, and we've had the cluster games. You had 5 in a row with 2 days off, right? This with the 1 day off, and now 2 days and then 2 days. It doesn't get much tougher than this, but. Different. Everybody in this league seems to have it, so we can't complain. We're just going to play through it.
Congrats, Coach.
All right.